Hey everybody, Steve Hall here in Nashville, Tennessee. We just picked up a new Greenworks Pro 2200 pressure washer, and our other gas pressure washer that was out behind the garage kind of grew feet and disappeared, so we thought we'd like to keep it in the garage, and we didn't want to leave a gas engine in the garage because they smell, so we're going to try to go with this to see if it has enough pressure. Let's open up the box, see what's inside, and we'll take it outside and see if it will peel some stuff off the driveway or not. Let's get started. Well, we drug everything out of the box, and that's just how it comes out, with the wheels and all the things apart and stuff. So we're going to get the instructions and put this stuff together and put the wheels on and hook this deal up. Looks like this is the 4 nozzles for the sprayer, but let's get it together and we'll see in just a second. Well, the wheels are pretty simple to put together. You put the pin in from the outside and you just put a washer on each side of this little collar. Put the washer on, drop it in, put another washer on the bottom, and stick a little pin in this hole, if I can get her lined up here. And that's it. That's pretty simple. Took me just 30 seconds to put both of them on, so be back in just a minute. Alright, this already comes together with this and this already on here, and to put the handle on is no more than just pushing them pins in. That's it, that's done, and I would assume, yep, you turn this one down, leave this one up, and then you can wrap your hose around it. Let's move to the next step. This little nozzle holder goes on the front side of this, and there's 4 holes right in there, pretty simple. And here's something they don't tell you, is you get 6 screws. 2 of them, just pay attention, are fine thread, and the other 4 come in a bag with this nozzle over here, which it rolled off somewhere. There it is. This little nozzle, and these 4 screws come together. These 4 screws are the ones that go to this panel that I just placed on the front, and these other 2 are a fine thread, and I don't know if you can see it, but over on this side is 2 little receiver female end metals, and these fine thread screw right in there perfect. So obviously the other 4 go to your plastic, which you screw in there, and these will hold this holder like this, so you can put the handle in there. So let me put this together and be right back. Again, just remember the 4 screws that hold that on come in a bag with this nipple. This little high pressure Whirlybird spray-in nipple has these 4 screws in the same bag. And these are just a plastic tube on here that this is screwing into, so just snug it up. When it comes flush, you feel it start to slow down. Don't go any more, you'll nerf it. And then this here you can just turn out of the way to get this top screw over here. Then this little guy, I would assume, goes right here, like this. The 2 lone fine thread screws are the ones that go in that, there we go, to hold this little wand holder. I like to kind of start them with my fingers first so you don't cross thread them. These you could probably get a little tighter because they're going into a metal collar. They snug up real nice. Alright, that's all together. Let's see what's next. Well, we got the whole thing together. It only took about 15 minutes. I took some plumber's tape and I put it right here where this goes into here, and I didn't tighten that real tight because that's only a plastic fitting. I put a little plumber's tape up here and a little plumber's tape down here on the bottom in the back. And this handy dandy little wire hook that you'll find in the package, that is for your hose, and it just goes up underneath here. Wherever that little white one is, that little white valve or nipple, just squeeze it and there's a hole on each side of it. Snaps right in there. Of course, it won't do it on camera. Try it again. There we go. And then when you push down, it just locks around that little clip right there. And the hose, because of the memory that it has, it just kind of curls itself up. I'm sure under pressure it'll straighten out. This thing over here, of course, is for your cord. And I do notice that because you're going to be running around out in the yard with water and electricity, they built a GFI right on here. 90% of you people know what that is, but if you don't know what a GFI is, it's a ground fault interceptor. I think that's what it's called or something. It's so that if you do stand in water and you get a direct, let's say your cord's got a short in it or a cut in it and you get bare wire to bare water, it should go and kick this little thing out before it stops your heart, so to speak. But anyway, I hope this has been helpful. This little handle thing right over here, let me turn this around and show you here. This little handle thing, you don't actually slide it in. It's actually kind of like, almost like a mic stand when you're working and doing a show. You don't start back here and slide it because this don't want to go through there. You go right down to where your hose is closed, bring it back just till you get by that collar, give it a little pop, snaps right in there. So that's pretty simple. We're going to take it outside, hook a garden hose to it, and plug it in. We might even put some soap in this little tank, which was installed. We didn't install any of that, but that was quick and easy, and we'll see how much this 2200 PSI pressure washer will peel gunk off the driveway. And if that does that, no more running to the store and buying gasoline. So let's go check it out. A couple other quick things I forgot to mention. The other end of this hose right here that goes to the wand, it connects in the back. Down underneath you'll see some threads. That's where I put a little plumber's tape. Obviously your garden hose hooks up to the front here. And I want to show you this little pump underneath the bottom of it. And Sheila, come on over here and get a close-up of this. You know, with this electric motor back here and this impeller down here, this just looks like pretty much a hoss to me. I know some people think, and I have heard on other YouTube comments that they thought it kind of looked a little bit mousy, but I'll bet you that will really slam the water out of there. But I know that you want to take a look at it, so I thought I'd show it on camera before we take it outside. And that's our open box review, but let's take it outside and see what we can do to the driveway. Oh, one other thing, and I'm sure you'll figure it out on your own, but just to be helpful, I found this little nozzle laying on the table once I got it all together, and I noticed there's a neat little rubber hole right there to store that with the rest of your nozzles. So that's where that goes. Just thought I'd throw that in there. You know, winding it up is one thing. Obviously you'd have to be like that. But when you're ready to use it, you just turn those in and you can pull all your electrical cord off in one shot. I think that's kind of a cool little deal. Alright, we got our garden hose hooked up, and I'm not going to turn on the pressure washer, but I'm going to have Sheila squeeze the wand handle. Go ahead, Sheila. With the faucet on the house, go ahead and squeeze it there. You want to do that until it gets all the air out of it. That way the impeller is full of water before you turn the switch on. In other words, don't hook your garden hose up, then turn it on, because it's going to run dry. Now the nice thing about this is this doesn't spray when you're putting nipples on, even though the unit is on. And this says 15 degrees, 25 degrees, 40 degrees, which would be, and here's a soap dispenser, which has got a soap nozzle. Once you put it in, it'll soap your car down. We want to peel stuff off this driveway, so I'm going to go with a 15er, and it just goes on here, just like you'd snap an air hose in a receptacle. Just like that. Well, they say the proof is in the pudding. Let's check it out. Yes, yes, and yes. Look at there, Sheila. You just take your time and walk real slow. You know, if you do this, it's not going to do too much, although it is kind of taking it off. But if you get down close, within about 4 inches, this is worse not having a gas unit. Man, if you get real close, you're talking about peeling the paint off the side of your house. I'm going to zoom in on this chunk right here. There you are, Sheila. Let's see if I can't get a little better shot of what that looks like down there. Well, we just realized that by shooting the camera shot from the other direction with the sun, you couldn't see anything, but look at that nice square. Sheila, if you want to cut some more out of there, go after it. 25 degrees. Let her go for just a second. Let me hang on to that. I'm going to put the 25-degree nozzle tip on. All right, try it now. See, if you don't have a real cruddy driveway, you get a wider slot with that. I still get a little closer with the nozzle. There you go, if you want to do it. Good job. What do you think? I like it. I do too. And the nice thing is when you're done, you can park it in your garage without smelling gas. It won't grow feet and disappear. One other little tip I just noticed, that they color coat where your nozzles go. So when you're done doing a project, pop that in there, Sheila. You'll see that's the green one that we were using. Yellow, green, white, and then the foam or the soaper, and then that nozzle for doing the high pressure whirlybird thing. And I guess that's supposed to turn up the pressure. I'm not sure it'll do that, but I'm sure it works just great. You know, I was checking out this soap dispenser on the back, and I couldn't find a valve under there to turn it on and off. In other words, when you're spraying soap and then you want to stop spraying soap, how do you turn off the soap nozzle? And I guess you don't have to do that, because the little black nozzle that's up top here, this one right here, if I can point at it, this little teeny one, that automatically pulls the soap out of the tank to spray on the side of your car. Then when you take that little nozzle off and say switch to the widespread 45-degree one to wash your car, it doesn't suck the soap out, it just stays in there. So apparently this tank down here only siphons the soap out when you use that black nozzle. I'm going to figure that out, because I'm going to the store right now and get me a jug, and we'll be right back. Well, I put that black tip on, that foaming tip, so it wouldn't put a lot of water pressure. I'm using that to fill the soap dispenser about a third full. Then I'm using this Ryobi foamer detergent for cars. It says on here for use with pressure washers and the Ryobi foam blaster, but I'm not using either one, and I don't have a Ryobi, but I'm just gonna dump in about a half a cup of that in with that other water. I'm gonna give it one more shot in there just to stir it up. There we go. We'll cap it, and we'll see if this blasts foam on the car. We'll give it a second to pull soap all the way through the hose. And obviously it's not high pressure, it's just for laying soap on there. Here she comes. Now it's not like one of them foaming tips that put a load of foam on there, but it is like the soaking cycle at a car wash. Now my next question, and I guess I could go with a higher concentration of soap, because I don't have very much soap in that water. But my next question is if I switch out these tips and go back to a sprayer tip, will it stop putting soap out? There's soap. Yep, see how the soap immediately quit? Awesome! It doesn't pull it out of there no more. So that's why there's no check valve on that tank, because you don't have to turn the soap on and off, you just switch the tip to rinse it. Now obviously I haven't put a cloth on the truck or scrubbed it down or anything, but let's now see, no soap at all. And all I'm going to do is switch tips back to the black one again and see what happens here. Comes the soap again. And obviously I could put way more soap in there. In fact, I think I will. Sheila, let's pour some more soap in that tank. Okay, I poured about half of that bottle in there now. Oh yeah, a lot more soap. So I'm learning as I go along here. I just didn't want to pour the whole bottle in if it was real concentrated and only needed a cap or two for a gallon, but to get enough soap on there to scrub her down real nice, it took about half of that little container. Now, all I'm going to do is switch back, and I'm using the 25-degree nozzle here so it gets a little spray to it. I'll spray right here. See the soap? And the soap's gone. That is so cool. It's like flipping the switch at the car wash and going right back to no soap at all to rinse the car off. I love it. And because the nipple is what controls what comes out of it, you can just leave the soap in the tank. You don't have to empty it or fill it when you need it. So I'm just going to leave it about half full with about half of that bottle in there. Just going to rinse my car off for now. Get the soap off because I'm not gonna wash it right now, but that works pretty slick, and that's how the soap dispenser works. You know, in all the videos that I've seen on pressure washers, they spray a bunch of stuff, but they don't do the driveway, and that's the main reason that we bought it for, is about twice a year because we live by the airport. We get a lot of jet fuel that kind of coats driveways and cars and everything else, and man, that works just great for that. That's what I wanted to show. All right, Sheila wanted to see what it was like to spray soap on the driveway. Now realize the soap that I've got in here is just for cars. I've seen containers out there at Home Depot that were for driveways, fences, asphalt, siding on your house, but I just grabbed the one that was for cars. And I love the fact that it puts out soap. Now see, all you would do is get the stuff that goes for driveways, spray it on, let it set in soap. And that's what you do with that real high tense detergent driveway stuff that they got. Now this is just for cars, obviously. But what I like about it is you don't have to turn a valve on and off. You just switch tips, puts out soap right away, and it goes right to no soap. I love that. That's not, obviously they're not going to do much for the driveway. This will, by getting right down there and peeling off a spot, that will definitely take it off there. But if you want to soak it, like if you got some oil or grease in your driveway, this thing works good. And this is the three of them are 15%, 25%, 40% in the width of the spray, and then the foam nozzle. And as long as I've got it right here, let me try this little, we call it a turbo nozzle, and I haven't put that in the video yet, so let's give that a try quick. This is supposed to increase the pressure. I don't really think it does. I just think it whirly-birds around. Probably does a good job, but we'll see. You know what? I may be wrong. Boy, that does cut good, doesn't it, Sheila? Look at there. Wow. That's the little whirlybird sprayer. And if you'll get that nozzle down about 5 inches from the surface, buddy, it just peels everything right off the driveway. Well, there it is. We're going to go back inside the garage to do the closing. Of course, I already shot the closing, and I'm going to put that tag at the end. And man, we couldn't be happier with it. And the neatest thing about the entire unit is it's 2200 psi. It's got all those different nozzles. We haven't even tried any of them for soap on the car or washing, but I would say it would be just great. But the best part is, this is Sheila's birthday present from her mom, Marge. Down there in Alabama, Marge, we're getting great use out of it. She absolutely loves it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
She's thrilled to death. So let's go back in and close this show out. And I'll tell you what, I think it's a great unit. Well, there you go. I hope that's been helpful. I'm acting like we just came back in from outside, so I don't know what happened, but whatever I said out there, that's exactly what it is. I'm actually shooting the ending right while I'm shooting the opening, so I don't have to drag all this stuff back in and out with water on the floor, that kind of thing, but we'll see how it works. I hope that was good out there, and if it is, it's great. And this is Steve Hall in Nashville, Tennessee. I hope this has been helpful, and maybe a decision that you'll make to buy a 2200 PSI Greenworks Pro 2200 pressure washer, electric. So thanks, Sheila. Great job on the camera.
You're welcome.
And we'll see you next time, and next time we open something else up. Bye-bye.